Hello everyone and welcome to my next Let's Play, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Wii. Um, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the volume. I deeply apologize for that. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it was loud on your end, but it was ear-bleedingly loud on my end. I was testing audio levels earlier, and I had the volume really high up. I'm really sorry for that. Anyway, um, as I was saying, I mentioned in the last part of Ben 10 Omniverse that I was going to play a game based off a Nickelodeon series that wasn't originally owned by Nickelodeon, and also it was a button masher. So here we are with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was not originally owned by Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon acquired the rights. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license has kind of been thrown around a lot. I don't know who originally owned it, but some company owned it from the start to like the late 90s. And then in the early 2000s, 4Kids bought it up and they made their own series. And then they made a movie, TMNT. And then they kind of kept the rights until, the late 2000s. And the early 2010s is when Nickelodeon bought the rights, and they still currently own the rights. But we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the game based off the 2012 series. Um, so, yeah, let's start this up. A lot of people hate this game, and I understand why, but I really like it, so let's start playing it.
Oh yeah! Ninja time! I was thinking, we need a name for our team. You know? Like, the Awesome Squad. Huh? I got it! Team Butt Kick! Or... Team Face Smash! Yeah!
So, people joke about this when referring to this game. For some reason, Raphael's mic is just, he is like so close. There's possible times, I don't specifically remember. There are some times where his microphone, like, he clips the mic. Like it's, for some reason, in the recording booth, he must have just been like right next to the mic screaming everything, because only his audio is just like volume turned up to 11.
No, wait. How about young, irradiated assassin reptiles? Perfect, right?
Quiet down, ninjas. I've got a weird feeling something's gonna happen. Keep on your toes. I love my little stubby toes.
So you might be saying this game looks a bit bad for 2012, and you'd be right. I think this was made for the 3DS first, and then ported to the Wii and Xbox 360. It looks pretty weird on a Wii. It looks freaking terrible on a 360. For 2012, this version on 360 looks like absolutely pitiful. On a 3DS, though, it looks kind of nice. Anyway, just like with TMNT Turtles in Time, you can throw enemies at the screen. And it's, your basic fighter, just like TMNT. But a lot of people mention this, and, I get it. This game is a lot slower, and a lot more, like, here's a bunch of enemies for you to fight, and now you're done, type thing. And also the enemies block a lot more, and your attacks don't do as much damage, so... but I enjoy it. I like the game fine. I think it's an alright game. Is it slow at times? Definitely. But I think it's kind of fun. And, yeah. So, unlike Ben 10 Omniverse, since there's only 4 turtles, I'm going to be just playing as 1 turtle per level. With Ben 10 Omniverse, I just kind of like swapped to as many as I was hoping to, because there's just so many you can't play as 1 per level. But with TMNT, there's only 4 characters, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so... But yeah, you only have like a 2-button attack right now, or, yeah, a 2-button attack right now. Once you upgrade it, you'll get a third attack, just like Ben 10 Omniverse.
Feeling a little woozy there?
It's funny that both of these games released in 2012. I didn't actually think of that until just now, but yeah, both of these games released in 2012. I don't think this was 2013. If it was, I'm sure they would have released like a PS3 or a PS3 version, but I could check, but I'm not going to. But yeah, people hate this game, and I totally understand why. It's very slow, kind of boring at spots, but you know what? I enjoy it. I've beaten it multiple times. It's fun. It's easy. Each turtle has the same health bar, so if you're feeling low on one turtle, you can just swap to the other. I like this game. I like it a lot, and so yeah. Yeah, this was the first of two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shows that Nickelodeon made. They made this and a show that came out just a few years ago called Rise of the TMNT. I never watched that, but honestly, it doesn't really look that great to me. I've heard that the animation is really good, which is cool. That's great. But this show always has a place in my heart. I've watched about a season of it, and I used to love it. Like, TMNT 2012 was the TMNT 80 show for me. I loved watching it. I thought it was just really cool. The animation I loved. The CGI for this show actually looked pretty darn good for 2012. For a 2012 TV show animation budget, it actually looked really good for the budget.
How's that snack taste?
It is funny though how this game actually looks worse than the show. Most times you kind of understand that because a movie has way more budget and is easier to work with. But this show was on a, you know, Nickelodeon animation budget, and it's really funny how it still looks worse in video game form. Like some of the, for example, like I think some of, I feel like some of, like let's say Attack of the Twonkies does look better than the show in certain points. I wouldn't say the entire game looks better, but yeah, the enemies block a lot more, so you're kind of just sitting there waiting. Which
Hold on. I'm picking up something close by.
I'm picking up something close by. Yeah, after we defeat these enemies, we'll see what he's picking up. But yeah, so this was the game that I wanted to play first, actually, before Ben 10. I was wanting to play this game, and then I said, you know what, I want to play Ben 10 Omniverse. But this was the first pick, so...
Okay, that was incredibly mediocre.
Thanks. Thanks, Leonardo.
Coming at ya.
But yeah, I'm going to be doing this move a lot. I really do wonder, like...
Dude, we're getting close.
See, there you go. So,
Second.
this is this thing, and...
A mysterious switch, huh?
There you go. You just unlock some stuff for doing that.
Pizza here.
You know, either a life or something. But yeah, so... This game's pretty basic, as you're seeing. Just your basic beat 'em up. And it really makes me... I think I mentioned this, or like I started to say this, and I got sidetracked. But like, it really makes me wonder, did the developers like know about Turtles in Time and wanted to make a game like it, and they just kind of failed? Or did they just really not know, and all they knew was that like, oh, people like it when you throw enemies at the screen. So they made a game around that. Because it really makes me wonder. It was probably made on a budget. Magic Pockets, the developers, they didn't make a lot, actually. As far as I know, they only made, like... you know what? Actually, I'm kind of curious.
Let's take 5 for some pizza.
What games did they make? So, okay, apparently there's a video game called Magic Pockets made by Konami. And it got a 5 out of 5 and a 95%. What the heck? And it was a DOS game. Okay, I did not know that was a thing. Okay. Magic Pockets. Um Okay. They made Cartoon Network Battle Crashers, which is genuinely a terrible game. No joke. Cartoon Network Battle Crashers is one of the cheapest and laziest games I've ever played. So, yeah. And they made, like, some stupid. Oh, they made the game. Oh my gosh. They made the game based off the terrible Battleship movie. So you know we're in some good hands here.
Let's do this.
What's interesting though is they actually made all the other TMNT games around this time, except for uh, oh here wait.
It's Fishface. Looks like we got another Foot Krang team up.
What are they doing back there? Let's get a closer look.
I love that. I love that. Their faces don't move. They're super blurry. Oh my gosh, this game looks terrible for 2012. No, but yeah, they made TMNT 2014 based off the movie, that wonderful Michael Bay movie. They made this TMNT and oh, that's it. Danger of the Ooze, which was another TMNT game made around this time, was made by Way Forward, and that game's actually kind of interesting. It's like a Metroidvania, and it's actually pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for this. So I'll play the next level in the next video. Goodbye.